MDL Crochet. Today's stitch is the lattice stitch. It is worked up in multiples of 4 plus 2. Now, I explained that a little bit more. There's a lot going on with this stitch, and it's going to be one of those stitches, as I'm sure I'm going to say over and over, that you will need to practice. I don't expect you to get it right out the gate. It's the lattice stitch. It is a bulky stitch and heavy stitch at that. But hey, remember, if you can like and subscribe to these videos, it'd be greatly appreciated. And leave me a comment, and I'll chit chat with you. And I know you're going to want to have questions with this stitch. If you have questions with this stitch, please ask, and I will answer them. All right, let's get to it. All right, so as I said a minute ago, the stitch is called the lattice, and a chain is worked in multiples of 4 plus 2. Now I did a chain of 16 plus 2, which equals 18. So let's go ahead and get our foundation row up. And with our foundation row, you always go with the second chain from your hook, because there's number 1, there's number 2, flip it over and get those humps in the back and pull up a loop. So go ahead and pull up those loops. Now we have all the loops up. Don't be afraid to count. Everybody still counts, regardless of how high their level and skill is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. I started out with 18. I still have 18. So we're going to go ahead and do a normal return pass. So that's chain 1 and then pull through 2 till we get to the end. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, and this is a 2-row repeating, is you're going to do what's called Tunisian slip stitching. So you're going to go, we're doing 3 of these. So you're going to go through 1, 2, and 3. You're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. Now, we just lost 2 loops because of this, so we need to yarn over and go right back through those 3. Yarn over and pull up another loop. So now we're back up to our 3 we lost. And you can see of how they're stretching. So your next stitch is going to be down here, very next over, and it's going to be just a Tunisian simple stitch. And then we're going to do 3 again. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over and pull through all 3. Now we got to make up that lack, so yarn over and go right back into those 3. Yarn over and pull up. So we're back to our 3 again. Tunisian simple stitch in the next stitch, and go through the slip stitch through the next 3, yarn over, pull through all 3, yarn over, go back into those 3 so you can pull up another stitch, another loop, and you can get your 3 back on there again. And then you're doing a simple stitch again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Pull through, yarn over, go back through that 3, yarn over, and pull up your loop. And then a Tunisian simple stitch. And then just, sorry, I got a stray fuzzy there. It's kind of driving me nuts. And then just take your work, fold it into your needle, poke your hole, and pull up a loop. Now, again, as I said, don't be afraid to count. Making sure your stitches are correct is your friend. It's not your enemy. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. I started with 18 and I still have 18. Now we're going to do a normal return pass. So chain 1 and then pull through 2. And you're going to pull through 2 all the way down to the end till you only have 1 loop left on your hook. And that is row 1 done. We are not counting the foundation row. So we're going to go ahead and start row 2. Row 2 starts a little different. It starts with 2 simple stitches. You got that first V right there, and then you have one right in the middle. You have a post right there in the middle, and you're going to slip it. Just not slip it, but you're going to stitch it with this Tunisian simple stitch. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do our 3 slip stitches, but you need to know which ones to grab. So you have this vertical post here, you have your center one, and then another vertical. Kind of makes an M. See, 1, 2, 3. You're going to go through all 3 of those. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. Yarn over, go back into that 3 that you just did, yarn over and pull up a loop. So now you have your 3 back on your loop. Now that center post right here, that just gets the Tunisian simple stitch. The center post in all of them are going to get the Tunisian simple stitch. Now we're going to go back through the M again. As you can see it, this is what I'm calling the M. Right there, there, and there. So you put them together, it's an M. Kind of like my name. So you go to that bottom, through the middle, and then out the top. Yarn over and pull through. Now you're going to yarn over again and go right back through those 3. Yarn over and pull through a loop. So now you're there, and you can see it's stretching. So you know your next one is that middle post, and it's a simple stitch. Now we got to go back to the M. So you're going to go through there, and through that. And then you're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over. Something does not seem, oh, I didn't pull, what? I messed up. And that's what you need to make sure you don't do, is I didn't pull through all of them. So go back through the M, yarn over and pull through all 3. Yarn over, go back into your 3, yarn over and pull up a loop again. So now we're back to our 3 there. And then we're here in the middle, so you pull up Tunisian simple stitch. And now we have 3 stitches left. So what we really got to do here is you're just going to Tunisian simple stitch them. 1 and 2. And then drop your needle, even with the row you just completed, wiggle it on and pull up a loop. Now it's the same return pass. And that return pass is pull through the loop and then chain 1 and then pull through 2. Pull through 2 all the way down to the end. And that's row 2 of the 2-row repeating. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, and you can see it starting to take shape. Now the next we're going to do, we're going to go back to what we did in row 1, is where we go through 3 again. 1, 2, 3. Pull up a loop, yarn over, go back through that 3 you just did, yarn over, and pull up a loop. And it looks like I lost a loop. So let's do that again. And that's what you got to keep your finger on there. I didn't. Okay, so we're going to go back through, yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, keep your finger on this one. Poke through, yarn over, and now you're back. And then you see your middle of your V, between your 2 V's, you have that center post. It's a Tunisian simple stitch. And then you go back to your M, like we've been doing with our M's, here, here, and here, and you're going to go through all 3 of those. You're going to go through all 3 of those and pull up a loop. Yarn over, and go back through all 3 again, so that way you get your 3 loops on there. Middle bar, Tunisian simple stitch. Back to your M. So you're going to go 1, 2, and 3. Yarn over, pull through all 3. Yarn over, go back into those 3. Yarn over and pull through. Oh goodness, I'm getting caught. There we go. That way you get all 3 back on your hook. You got your middle guy, who's nothing but a Tunisian simple stitch. Your half of your M. You got this angle, that's 1. You got that simple stitch, and then that simple stitch. And there, yarn over and pull through. Yarn over again and pull through, and go right back into those 3. And then pull through. Where you get your 3 loops up there. And then you do a Tunisian simple stitch. And then you just bend your work down, fold it right into you, and you go right where you need to be. Pull up a loop, chain 1, and pull through 2 all the way down to the end. Okay, so here's what we're going to do now. We're going to do 2 Tunisian simple stitches. 1 and 2. And then we find our M, which is this angled one here, this middle post, and this angled one. Go right on through it. Because you're going through 3, yarn over, and pull through 3. Yarn over, go back into that 3, keeping your finger on that, yarn over, and then you're going to yarn over and pull back, so that way you get 3 loops. Go to that center post, simple stitch, back to our M, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through all 3, yarn over, go back into that 3, and pull up a loop. You can see this stitch is going to have a lot of curl to it. It's going to need some blocking loving. Steam it first, then block it probably. There's another M. This angle, the middle post, and that angle. Yarn over, pull through all three, yarn over, and go right on back through those same ones. And then yarn over and pull up. You have a center post, so that's a Tunisian simple stitch. Now we have 1, 2, 3 left. So we're just going to do Tunisian simple stitches in those. 1, 2, now we have the ending. So drop down, fold your work, go right into it, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then it's a normal return pass, so yarn over, chain 1, yarn over, pull through 2. So you're going to pull through 2 all the way down to the end. So you only have 1 loop left on your hook. Okay, so that's only 4 rows done. I'm gonna hop off camera for a few minutes and finish up a few more rows, and then we can chit chat about the stitch. Be back in just a sec. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and finish up. We're gonna close this up, and you're gonna close it with just a regular Tunisian simple stitch slip stitch. It's gonna be a little wavy, and that's just the nature of the stitch. Now if you were going to continue like making a blanket with it, when you do your border, if you were going to add a border, it would even itself out. It's just the nature of this stitch. This stitch really is a curler. Also, it's going to be one of those stitches you're going to need to practice because it can get confusing. I don't expect you to pick it up right away, and I expect a lot of questions, and if you have them, ask. I'll answer them. Because we can get it to the end, and this stitch is it's a pretty stitch. If you're not pairing it with a border, then I would do something with it though, because it's gonna need a border. What am I doing? Go down here. And then there. And then we just do the last one like we always do. Slip stitch. Go ahead and cut our yarn. And just pull through and tighten up. And there she is. You need to watch. I didn't really watch my tension on the edges, and you can tell. But that is the lattice stitch. It has some give, decent amount of give this way, not much that way, but it's still a nice stitch. You know, it is a heavy stitch, a very bulky, heavy stitch. You could make a really good Afghan out of this, or a winter cardigan. But that is the stitch, and remember, if you can like and subscribe, please do so. Leave me a comment, and we can chit chat. But until next time, guys, keep stitching.